Hey guys, what's up? It's JD at JD's Custom Buggies. Um, Another update video. Every night we're just chipping away at this thing. The reason why I'm doing a video right now is because I literally have to take the front end apart. So I just wanted to show you what we have. Got our tie rods done, our tie rod tabs, and I'm pretty pleased with everything. We did some turn tests yesterday. Turning is perfect. Ackerman's perfect. Ackerman, I mean that, when you're turning your wheels, you basically want your inside wheel turning harder or at a steeper angle than your outside wheel, and that's because obviously, if you imagine your buggy, you turn the wheels and you're doing a complete circle. Let's say you're making a hard right turn all the way around, just doing a circle. Um, the line that the right front tire is going to travel is a lot shorter than and smaller in diameter than the outside tire. So that's kind of what you want to have. Now it's going to be hard for me to. I don't have anything to set the camera on to show you as far as the turning goes. But what I can do is walk over, turn the tires, and show you what I mean and what we're looking for. So I'm gonna turn the camera around right now. We'll just show you the work, and then we'll turn the wheels for you. So, all right. So, how to make a clevis? Go on the Heim joint on the rack. Obviously, this is all tacked together. That's why I'm taking it apart to weld it all together. Then we got our tabs. Now, if you notice, the tabs are as deep as I can put it. It's actually pretty much the same angle. If you notice that our AR mounts and our rack mounts don't line up in a perfect straight line, so I try to compensate and do it. Basically put it inside the tire as much as possible. And reason for that is when you turn the rack full chock, if I were to make the tabs basically even up with the ball joints or something like that, it would push and pull the tires to the point where they would overturn. And we want to make sure that they don't overturn. We don't want this, again, if we're making a right turn, and we're looking at the right wheel right now, we don't want this arm hitting the A-arm or flopping back against the A-arm. And we wouldn't want the left tire making a hard right turn, basically overextending and flopping in front of the A-arms or the front of the buggy. I've seen this on Earth Dogs, because if you look at a Earth Dog, one of the biggest flaws in the design is that your ball joint mounts and your tie rod mounts basically all line up. So when you start trying to add bigger tires or change things up and keeping that same geometry, yes, there is a chance that will happen. When I build front ends for Earth Dogs, I usually put steering stops that hit the arms. So when you turn, the inside wheel is basically stop resting up against the arm to keep it from overturning. So anyhow, I'm really psyched about 95% of this fabrication is done. So we're going to turn the wheels. Both tires are low on air, so. Alright, so that's full chock right there. So we'll take a look at that and maybe you can understand what I'm talking about. Alright, so we have our tire turn full chock, and that's a pretty steep turn. It's not rubbing against the A-arm. One of the things I do have to do, if you see the magic marker, I'm going to notch that out so the tie rod doesn't bind up against that. And then if you look, that outside tire isn't turned as much as that inside tire. Now, that's probably not perfect, Ackerman, just because we don't know until we drive it. And there's still tie rod adjustment and whatnot to be put in it. This is all just kind of hodgepodge together right now. So, but you can see that inside tire and that outside tire are two different angles. So, and that might be a little more of a turn than you'll ever need to make with this thing, because like I said, the rack is at full chock, and I'll just show you right now. So the rack is bottomed out. So that's as much as that thing can turn. And had that tie rod tab on the spindle been any more inboard, then it would have pushed this tire so much further into the A-arm, and it would have pulled that front tire to the point where it would risk of overextending and flopping. And that's kind of why you got to make sure your angles and your measurements are perfect. And I'm no professor at this or scientist. I've done some reading, and you know, I used to race cars, so that's where a lot of this came into play. But yeah, I'm not the professor. You know, I just know enough to be able to build these things. So, but there is a little bit of math that goes into a front end. That's why I see a lot of guys, they take front ends off of ATVs and whatnot. And it might work great on the ATV, but you're going to have to find a way to change that geometry and make it work for the buggy to make it work perfect. So, anyhow, I just want, like I said, I just want to get a video up of this before I take it all apart. And that's going to happen now. I still have to make the other tabs for the A-arms. For the, if you notice, the A-arms are going to need a tab out here. So, that'll be next. Finish welding. Once those tabs are made, fabrication on this thing is done. I have to go around, flip this frame, you know, take it all apart, flip the frame, weld all the spots that are hard to get to, and then we'll start cleaning up everything, and it's pretty much ready for paint. So, then we're on to the next project. So, which there are a lot of them out there. A lot of material to put up on YouTube out in my parking lot. So anyway, and thank you guys as always for checking in. If you have any questions or comments, leave them on the, you know, in the comment section. Feel free to hit the like button anytime, and please subscribe if you just happen to find us and you happen to have, you know, a GY6 buggy, or you're into these little mini buggies. Buy apps, you know, subscribe. I'd love to have you. If you need parts, go to gotbuggies.com. And that's it for today. See you guys later.